like real quick, let's see how global standards are working out for these woke Western corporations. Like it's got to be working fine, right? Like they're still censoring Japan and China and Korea down to American standards. Like they're still censoring the rest of the world to American sensibilities. So global standards are working great, right? Oh shit, looks like other countries are starting to catch on. Gulf Arab nations ask Netflix to remove offensive videos. And this, by the way, this is why you don't have a global release. And the reason I say that, like, I'm talking about this from the perspective of video games. Like, this is one thing I fucking hate about a lot of Japanese companies. That they have their Japanese version and then they have a global version, which is always censored down to the lowest common denominator. Like, oh, sorry, people living in the US. We had to censor this in your region because Germany and Australia are a bunch of dickless cocks. Like, fuck, split them off into their own and put all the waifus in burqas for them then. Like, God, like this whole global bullshit, one size fits all, lowest common denominator. The only people that advocate for this are people who haven't had their shit censored yet, which is happening now. So I look forward to the reading. So from Dubai, Gulf Arab countries on Tuesday asked Netflix to remove offensive content from the streaming service, apparently targeting programs that show alphabet soup. A joint statement issued on behalf of a committee of the Gulf Cooperation Council made the request, saying the unspecified programs contradict Islamic and societal values and principles. So I love how they split this up. They could have just said it contradicts Islamic principles, but then they went a step further. Like, even if you're not a Muslim, it contradicts societal values and principles. Like, they're not wrong. Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates each published a statement via their respective governments as well. They, along with Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, and Qatar, made up the Six-Nation Council. While the statement didn't elaborate, Saudi state television also aired a video of an interview conducted with a woman identified as a behavioral consultant who described Netflix as being an official sponsor of homosexuality. No, they're not wrong. No, Netflix has made it open that this is the shit that, like, this is the wagon or the horse that they hitch their wagon to. This is what they're betting everything on. Yes, they are an official sponsor of homosexuality. They're open about it. This isn't an insult. This isn't libel or slander. This isn't defamation. They are proudly official sponsors of the butt sex. And they thought that it wouldn't come back to bite them because, what do you know? Most of the rest of the world isn't down with that. It aired footage at the same time of a cartoon that had two women's embrace, though the footage was blurred out. Okay, if all they were doing is hugging, that would be a bit too far. That's like the meme we have of blurring out hand holding. But if by embrace you mean a more intimate nature, on the other hand, I could see where they might have a problem. So Saudi State Television also aired a segment suggesting Netflix could be banned in the kingdom over the programming reaching children. And I hope it is. Now, you see, normally people might say this, doesn't this contradict with your anti-censorship views? Yeah, it does. I'll admit that. But that's it all. I believe in reciprocity above pretty much anything else. The golden rule is the top rule that I believe in. Like, treat others as you would like to be treated. I believe in the golden rule so strongly, I assume everyone is following it. So if you treat me like shit, I assume you want to be treated like shit, because else why would you treat me that way? And I reciprocate. So all this shit that's being censored in Saudi Arabia, it's all stuff that the people who censor me support. So I am not going to defend their shit. Like, these are people that would gladly destroy my shit. Like, they openly hate me and the things I like. They're openly destroying the things I like and turning it into alphabet soup stuff. So when they are on the receiving end of the same shit they're doing to me, I'm not going to lift a fucking finger to help them. They get what they fucking deserve. I'm going to support the people who are giving them what they deserve. You want me to come to your aid? Stop censoring us. I'd be a lot more willing to fight for you if you were willing to fight for my stuff. But no, when you're not busy defending your own stuff, you're attacking mine. So fuck you. I hope they take everything from you. So Netflix, based in Los Gatos, California, did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Man, now this would be a good time. Imagine if like half the world banned Netflix when they're already kind of struggling. Oh boy. The move comes after countries in the Muslim world in June banned the public showing of Disney's latest film Lightyear over a brief moment showing two lesbian characters kissing. Yeah, so if only they were willing to cut out that small scene. No, guys, we're talking about reciprocity, right? Treat others like you want to be treated. Whenever these pieces of shit censor our stuff, they always use the excuse like, oh, come on, RGE. It's just like one outfit, or it's just a few seconds in a cutscene. Oh, it doesn't affect the gameplay any. We always get those excuses, right? Why are you complaining about such a small and insignificant thing? Oh, that has no effect on the overall experience. All right. I'm going to hold you to those same standards. Why don't you just censor that gay kiss? It was only like 3 seconds or something. That doesn't affect the whole movie. It has no effect on the overall experience. It's just a small, insignificant 3-second kiss. Just censor it. Now, after that, the company's Disney Plus streaming service said its content available should align with local regulatory requirements in Gulf Arab countries. Yeah, they got smacked, man. Many Muslims consider gays and lesbians to be sinful. In some parts of the Arab world, members of the alphabet soup community have been arrested and sentenced to prison. Some countries even maintain the death penalty. The move also comes as regional streaming services try to eat into Netflix's revenue, including the Shahid service operated by the Saudi-owned NBC Group. The Saudi government is believed to hold a controlling stake in NBC Group after a series of arrests in current year -5, ordered by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman over corruption allegations that Saddam centralized power in the kingdom. Netflix has limited content previously in Saudi Arabia. Well, if Netflix didn't do it, Saudi Arabia will. And Korea -3, activists blasted the streaming service for pulling an episode of comedian Hassan Minhaj's Patriot Act that criticized Prince Mohammed over the Minecrafting and dismemberment of Washington Compost journalist Jamal Khashoggi, as well as the kingdom's involvement in the war in Yemen. Netflix at the time said the episode was removed from the kingdom as a result of a legal request from authorities and not due to its content. Yeah, that is a deflection. It was due to the legal request from authorities came because of the content, Netflix. Like, do you not realize this? If it wasn't for the content, they wouldn't have had to file the legal request to get it taken down. Now, I actually understand Netflix's position in this. Even if they didn't want to censor the content, when they're given a legal threat from the government, like, hey, either you do this or we're going to arrest you and lock you up for 20 years. I can forgive people for wanting to avoid getting butt fucked in prison.